That brings us to the subject of this document, which, as we know, was supposedly leaked last Thursday. I'm going to ask you pointedly, Doctor, as to whether or not this document holds any validity. I mean, as regards the archive's activities and use of taxpayers' money.
Senators, as you know, I am not in a position to reveal...
Is it real? Is this thing that the document describes real or not? It's really a simple question, Doctor.
It's... Senator, something you should know about the archive is that nothing we do or have in our possession can be described.
Would both pretend it would never end, through storm and sun together, our hearts as one together. You're gone from me, but in my memory we always will be together.
AA-15 is a hollow, amorphous bag of synthetic cloth without any apparent openings, covering an estimated surface area of 30 square meters and a current total weight 912 kilograms. In appearance, it resembles a large pillowcase. The asset is made of an as-yet unreplicated material that behaves like a highly flexible polyvinyl chloride, PVC, reinforced with a top layer of waterproof and flame-retardant fabric, a middle layer of tightly woven polyester, and likely several lower layers of PVC coating. The material is dyed neon pink all over with irregular spots of lime green and yellow. It is entirely resistant to breaches, with an adaptive density. It remains flexible until violently struck or placed under extreme physical pressure, suddenly taking on the properties of a nanomaterial-enhanced polymer with a denier far in excess of 10,000. Other means of penetration, including acidification and stretching, have failed to breach the bag's outer surface. AA-15 contains 21 living creatures, AA-15-1 to AA-15-21, at time of writing. 6 adult humans. 8 children, 1 adult roe deer, Capreolus capreolus, 2 dogs, Canis familiaris, a German shepherd and another of unknown breed, 1 domestic cat, Felis catus, 3 lab rats, Rattus norvegicus domestica. All specimens trapped within AA-15 display certain traits which are without adequate explanation. 1. Specimens are effectively immortal, being immune to fatal physical trauma and illness, failing to experience the natural aging process, and avoiding death by means of exhaustion, starvation, thirst, or suffocation. 2. Specimens are incapable of communication with external stimuli as if completely unaware of it. 3. Specimens, when awake, experience a constant state of physical agitation and occasional seizures. Wakefulness consists of extended vegetativeness interspersed with irregular episodes of panic. All specimens are believed to be capable of independent thought, but suffer from extreme psychological trauma. Despite its impenetrability, the muffled sound of human and animal cries can be heard emanating from within AA-15. At most times, specimens within the bag are awake, alert, and writhing, making the bag undulate and roll chaotically. AA-15 is capable of absorbing new life forms into its mass via physical contact. This involves wrapping about and engulfing them, then, by unknown means, transporting the specimen into its interior without any seams becoming visible. The asset was recovered on following a catastrophic Prometheol-class event that took place at a children's birthday party in the Federal Republic of Germany. AA-15 was, right up until the moment of animation, a standard bouncy castle measuring 3.6 by 3.6 meters. The only individual to survive was 34 and mother of. She remains to date the only known survivor of a Prometheol event. No studies indicate that AA-15 is or could be alive by any known means. However, repeated testing indicates that AA-15 is capable of performing crude animalistic and predatory behavior, including patrolling its territory, approaching organisms for the purpose of absorption, and even puzzle solving. AA-15 locomotes by way of the undulations caused by its writhing victims, even though no signs indicate any kind of cooperation or collective consciousness among the trapped specimens. Therefore, AA-15's movements and perceived behaviors are effectively incidental. Furthermore, the collective screams and cries of the asset's victims have been noted to blend together at times, creating a noise reminiscent of animalistic growling. Contributing to the theory that AA-15's activity is tied to its internal victims' behaviors, absorption events have led to observable improvements in its speed, agility, strength, and intelligence. For this reason, experiments involving live specimens have been indefinitely halted so as to prevent the asset from developing further. Despite these precautions, AA-15's physical capabilities and intelligence have seen a marked and steady improvement in containment,
suggesting an ability to learn.
Another possibility is that it takes time to fully digest its victims, slowly adapting to